Hey, I'm Corey with the new Schematics, and we are here in Nashville in the studio that we recorded Who Do You Think You Are in. And I wanted to kind of tell you guys the story of how the song came to be. And it started with an acoustic guitar, a Gibson also. Not this Gibson, but sounded a lot like this. And it was just me in my kitchen doing this kind of palm muted downstroke thing. Mostly because it was quiet and I didn't want to wake anyone up. So I did this this palm muty thing, and it was a lot lower than where it ended up because I could kind of whisper sing it. She's not much of a singer, but I love the sound of her voice. So it was a lot lower, and that first line, she's not much of a singer, but I love the sound of her voice. People ask me a lot with Kristen, you know, does she sing too? Is she a musician too? And the answer is no, but I really love her voice. And from there, I kind of took the image, I love the sound of her voice. I took it to a different place where all of a sudden I'm in the van and I'm with the guys, I'm with the boys, and we're traveling from city to city. And she's, you know, on the phone with me and telling me, hey, I love you, I trust you. And so it's kind of cool to get to describe these silent conversations. It's like this subtext of her almost having the conversation for us, but us being on the same page. And so this really intimate song on like acoustic guitar, and that's kind of as far as I took it. And then I put it down and ended up picking it up like a week and a half later with the guys, and we got like this rough idea of where to take it. We kind of added like a downbeat with like some whiny little guitars in the background. Almost has like a country vibe to it that I didn't want to go that direction. And we got a chorus that day that I ended up throwing out and taking it back to the kitchen, and I wrote a chorus independent of any song. I like sorted through these notes that I have on my phone. I have hundreds of notes that just have one line on each. So I see a line, who do you think you are? I'm like, oh, that's a cool line. I may be broke, but I'm an honest man. So I'm like grabbing these lines and putting this chorus together, and the chorus is done, and I don't know what to do with it. I realize it's not a verse, this isn't its own song. And so I ended up realizing, oh my God, this chorus fits perfectly with that she's not much of a singer idea I was working on a week or two ago. So I brought it back with the guys, and this time we went in John's garage, and I pulled out the acoustic guitar, put it away, used the synth instead. It's this like buzzy, like Read My Mind from the Killers kind of synth. And we got a 4 on the floor going, and it's a little bit faster, but it still has this almost like chuggy, marchy kind of vibe. It's like Springsteen meets Battleborn kind of thing. And we ended up having this pre-chorus in the first verse sitting there that we moved to the second verse later on because we just wanted to cut to the chase and get to that chorus. So before we went in the studio, I had sent Pat and Brendan that demo, and they really dug it, and they were like, you know, let's try to speed this up, let's make it a little dancier. So the day before we went in the studio, which was 6 months after I was in the kitchen alone, we recorded this demo in like a church rehearsal space and tried to lift up the key the song's in to add some more energy and really focus on like the upbeat. And it almost has this like Paul Simon, Vampire Weekend kind of feel. You hear the little like tinkly muted guitar parts, which just make it feel like something's bubbling under the surface. And so this is the point where we decided, let's go straight to the chorus, let's drop the pre-chorus, and do this like 4 on the floor, create some energy here in the chorus, and then have it explode into the turn after the chorus. And so then when we brought it into the studio, all of that kind of came together with this song that opens again with this like B3 and these buzzy synths, just like we had in the garage. And the guitar, when the guitar comes in, it's got the same kind of Paul Simon vibe. It's really sparse, and these like palm mute things that aren't even on a note, but they add this really percussive element to it that we liked. Really sparse. And then the chorus hits, and it's this like beautiful, ethereal kind of like Walk the Moon type thing. Meets U2. This arpeggiated synths going on. And then the danciness kind of comes back in with that guitar part and the 4 on the floor move. And then when we got to the bridge, we ended up deciding, okay, this isn't going to be like a guitar solo or a lyrical bridge. I kind of had in my mind during this part, we're not just going to have like these sounds, the soundscape, but there's going to be a focal point. And for me, I had in my head, let's bring it back to, she's not much of a singer, but I love the sound of her voice. Let's bring it back to the person this song's about and have her voice appear in the song. And so it's a voicemail of Kristen when we're on the road and she's calling to check in, and that way the listener, you guys can kind of hear, oh, this is who the song's about and this is what the song's about, and it kind of brings it back to the intimacy that where it started in the kitchen with this just like acoustic, honest, intimate thing. So yeah, that's the song. I hope you guys like it, and thanks for hanging with us. Bye.